Is this where you and Gilda lived most of the time when you were married?
In the dining room?
In fact, when Gene Wilder and Gilda Radner were married, this 1734 Connecticut farmhouse was just their part-time home. But after her death in 1989...
I came to bury Gilda just 3 miles from here in a non-sectarian cemetery. And that's when I decided I wanted to live here for the rest of my life.
And what a life it has been.
You filthy beast! I'll kill you!
I've got to look normal. We've all of us got to behave normally.
Feeling fine. Feeling real fine.
At 71, Wilder has appeared in some 24 movies, creating a host of memorable characters.
Listen, Bart. I want you to do me a favor. My blanket! My blue blanket! Give me my blue blanket!
Wilder grew up in Milwaukee, where his dad made novelty items, and his mom was his best audience.
So she liked it when you
She
were
liked
funny.
it when I made her laugh. And then when I started acting, she always thought that I was good. And that gave me the confidence to go on.
He studied drama at the University of Iowa, as well as in London, did time in the military, and in 1961 was accepted at the prestigious Actors Studio in New York, where he became Gene Wilder.
You were born Jerry Silverman.
Yes. I didn't want to be introduced as Jerry Silberman. I couldn't see Jerry Silberman in Hamlet, in Macbeth. I said, it doesn't sound right.
Maybe the name was the charm. He started getting work early on, and before long was in a play with an actress named Anne Bancroft, who introduced him to her boyfriend, a comedy writer named Mel Brooks, who asked Wilder to read his new screenplay called Springtime for Hitler, which would one day become The Producers.
And then he said to me, would you like to play this part of Leo Bloom? And I said, yes.
But it was 3 years before Wilder would hear from Brooks again. In the meantime, Wilder did more plays.
I'm Eugene Grizzard.
And drew critical acclaim for his first small film role as a kidnapped victim in Bonnie and Clyde. Finally, Brooks came to visit Wilder back in New York.
Then he said, I love you and I want you to do the part of Leo Bloom, but Zero has approval. So would you come in tomorrow and read the part with Zero? I knocked on the door at 10:30 in the morning. Mel answered, and there was Zero Mostel in the background. And Mel said, come on in. Gene, this is Z, this is Gene. I put out my hand to shake hands with Zero, and he took my hand, he pulled me up to his chest, and he kissed me on the lips.
It was an experience he drew on to work himself into a fever pitch while filming the famous scene when Mostel, playing a corrupt Broadway producer, convinces Wilder, playing a mild-mannered accountant, to engage in a scam.
I'm wet! I'm hysterical and I'm wet!
I kept remembering, as an ammunition to feed me, that day when he pulled me up and started kissing me. And maybe he wants to kiss me again, and God knows what else he wants to do to me.
Whatever the motivation, Wilder's performance earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. And the film has become a comic classic. But
Oops.
When it came out, was The Producers a big hit?
Flop.
A flop.
he went on to make Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, playing the mysterious and unpredictable candy maker.
What's the matter? Too hot, Mr. Wonka?
Too cold.
That movie is now considered a children's classic.
Yeah.
Was that a big hit when it came out?
No. Failure. Poor Gene.
But don't pity Gene. His career has stood the test of time, recounted in his new memoir, Kiss Me Like a Stranger. Folks lined up to get copies a few weeks ago at a program for the Smithsonian Institution in Washington. In fact, the way this story you're watching got started was that I was invited to interview him there. And it was fun to see the crowd respond as when Wilder explained his philosophy of comedy.
Doing something funny realistically is going to be much funnier than if you told a silly joke.
Case in point, Wilder says, a scene from Young Frankenstein, written by him and his old pal Mel Brooks, and co-starring Terry Garr.
What knockers?
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
A comedian might say, "What knockers? You woo, woo, woo!" You know, it wouldn't be funny.
And by the way, Young Frankenstein was a hit. Brooks and Wilder got an Academy Award nomination for Best Screenplay. Also hits, the movies that Wilder did with Richard Pryor, including Stir Crazy. Wilder says in the key scene, where they realize they're going to spend 30 years in prison, director Sidney Poitier gave them total freedom.
He's sick. He's having a fit. See, he don't have his fit pills. He's got them. See, where's your fit?
I want you two guys to fly.
Just do your own thing, basically.
Whatever you're going to do, however crazy, fly. I've got 3 cameras going, so you don't have to watch your marks. I mean, don't run out of the building, but I just want you guys to do what you do best. And we did fly.
But it was another on-screen partnership that changed his life off-screen. 3 films with Gilda Radner, including Woman in Red, which Wilder wrote and directed. Radner played his co-worker, who was furious at being stood up repeatedly. They wed in 1984. It was his 3rd marriage and her 2nd. It was a turbulent relationship.
You write that you didn't get along well, and that's a fact, but you loved each other, and that's a fact. Mm-hmm. So what was it? What were the good things? What was it?
Humor, the humor. She could make me laugh, and I could sometimes make her laugh. I'm not that good at it off camera, but I could make her laugh, and that was good. And when she got desperately ill, I never thought she was going to die from it. Never. I was divinely stupid because everyone else seemed to know, but I thought she'd pull through.
Just because she had so much heart?
Yeah, she was getting all this treatment, and I said, "You're going to lick it," and I believed that she would. And it wasn't until 3 weeks before she died that I realized that she was going to die.
After Radner's death from ovarian cancer, Wilder threw himself into trying to raise awareness about the disease.
These tests aren't foolproof, but they're the best hope we have for early detection of ovarian cancer. Please don't be afraid. Just do it.
In 1991, he married again, Karen Webb, whom he'd met while researching a film.
I found it's not just love, it's love that you know is going to last for the rest of your life.
But within a few years, Gene Wilder himself was diagnosed with cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Did you think, okay, this is it, it's over?
No, I didn't think that. I thought either I would be scared to death if I was told that I had cancer, or I would take it very well because of the experience I had with Gilda. And I took it very well. I wasn't afraid.
After intensive chemotherapy and a stem cell transplant using his own blood cells, Wilder is cancer-free. He even feels well enough to do a bit of tap dancing with his wife. It may not quite compare to the classic cinematic moment from Young Frankenstein when he danced with the monster played by Peter Boyle, but these days, Gene Wilder is a very content man.
I've had a wonderful life, a charmed life, a great career, and I'm in love with my wife. So whatever happens, happens.
I hope you feel the same way.
Wilder says he would do another film if he got a script he liked. But if not, he's happy with the treasury of great characters he's already created.
My name, it's pronounced Frankenstein.